fastest show in sports.
Caitlin Clark wears a pair of Kobe's, and either the replica or whatever the shoe is, but the type of Kobe's go on sale because Caitlin's got them and apparently is part of the sponsor for them. The sneakers sell out in an hour. They're gone. They're on the secondary market for twice the money. Like that. I mean, I think they were $160 or $170 a pair of sneakers. I still call them sneakers, and I wouldn't pay that much for sneakers ever. And they're saying for like $380 on the secondary market. And I'm still reading people along social media and other so-called illegitimate media outlets who are arguing the point as to whether Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. Yes, she is. She is the face of the WNBA. There's no question about it. It's not Angel Reese. It's not Breckers. It's not anybody else. It's Caitlin Clark. The problem that I have with it, it seems that a lot of the people who are coming out and saying that she is not the face of the WNBA are people who are taking a racial side to this. There seems to be an animus, and we touched on this briefly before, that the fact that she is a white girl who's out there making it in the WNBA, and I will say this flat out, every single person that I saw who claimed that she's not the face of the WNBA, it came from a black writer, male or female. And that's a problem because who cares if she's white or black? She's helping the WNBA and everybody in it make millions of dollars. Hell, they brought in 3 new teams. They're expanding now to 3 other cities. That's going to make everybody wealthy, or at least it should. So don't we have to just really admit that there's a racial animus here with Caitlin Clark that really needs to stop, and it's part of the problem in this country right now?
Yeah, I'll take that on, Ed. You know, I just think that you're
I
wrong
knew he
about
was
this
gonna.
racial
I
stuff. You're
knew
wrong
that.
about this racial stuff.
Don't do
I
it.
mean, Caitlin Clark is the best thing, apple cheek thing to ever come out of Iowa. She might be not even greater than Angel Reese, probably greater than Gandhi and Mother Teresa herself. So I don't know what the word this racial thing you're talking about is at all, sir. No, I look. It's whatever. I get.
Please don't
Look,
do
He
the
is
other
the face.
you
side.
take all.
Hey, Mike, can we agree, though, right up front to start this conversation?
Yeah.
She is the face
Yeah, but
of the
that's
WNBA.
that's everything in
Now,
life
hang
now.
on.
I don't think like the
Hey,
black writers don't hate Caitlin Clark. They hate all the people that are sort of just making her out to be God when all these women of African American ancestry have carried the league for years. I think like the anger racially is sort of at the other side, pumping up Angel Reese and pumping up Caitlin Clark. It's stupid. But it's also, if you take the racial animus stuff out of it, a rivalry like this, or like racial or otherwise, like Bird and Magic, that's when the NBA took
Great
off.
for the game.
There, white versus black is good for ratings. I hate to say it. It was in boxing, it is in everything else. Yeah, we should be past it, but we're not. If you throw the racial animus stuff out, you have some really fun basketball players, including a girl who literally declared herself open when she left the womb. Oh my God, she's got range.
Ed,
And
do me a
so
favor.
I guess what I'm saying is, this is a moment for the WNBA and women's sports, and Caitlin Clark is by and large behind it. Just let it go, let it flow. Everybody make money off it.
Go ahead,
Ed,
Kev.
Ed, define face of the WNBA. Define what that means, please.
Yeah.
When you
Because
talk about the popularity of the game and an individual who drives people to watch the game, whether it's on television or buy tickets, it is the face of the NBA
Okay.
at that point. It is the marketing that comes down to this as well. The marketing face that helps them make money, that sells tickets, that brings in ratings.
All
It
right,
is
so hang on.
Caitlin Clark right now. Will she be it forever? Probably not. But for right now, in where this sport is, she is the face of that game.
All right, now hang on. So in your definition, I agree with you. I'm going to take the devil's advocate side of those who do
Please
not
do.
want her to be that.
Good.
Because before she arrived, the best player in the WNBA was Asia Wilson for the Las
Still is.
Correct, for the Las Vegas Aces. She is the best player. What happened is Caitlin became the marketing tool, the marketing engine that the WNBA got behind. So those and maybe this is where black-white comes in. Maybe this is where black-white comes in because the best player in the game, and Mike, you're right, she still is the best player in the game. The other options are UNESCO and Stewie for the New York Liberty. That's why you're the two best teams in the league. The best player was black, but the marketing engine train that came in and got behind Caitlin, they said, we're going to push Caitlin. Was that fair to Asia? I don't know. And the phrase is, no, it wasn't fair to Asia Wilson. But she was the best player, and the engine is now behind Caitlin.
But is there any doubt whatsoever in what you just said, Kevin, that somewhere in the league offices of the WNBA, whether it be high, low, mid-range, whatever, Caitlin Clark is coming in with all this hype out of college that absolutely they stood there. Somebody said she's excellent. She's a great white player. We are going to push her because she is a white player, and we need more white people to come to the games. We need them to buy tickets. We need their daughters to be involved, and white helps us make marketing right. It's a terrible... Look, don't anybody out there hit me and say, Ed, you're a racist. That's not the point of this conversation.
By the way,
the point of this conversation is what marketing is, and the marketing says she comes out, she's great in college, she looks good, she's easy to work with, she's easy on the eyes, and we can make her fit as the face of the WNBA. Is there any doubt that happened?
No.
Here's the thing. I don't know how you call someone a face of the NBA. I mean, it says more about the league and their ineptitude if, in fact, that's the case. Because while the marketing engine is one thing, like a face of the league, I hate that term because it to me, it rotates depending on who wins it all that year, whatever. Yes. I don't think that Caitlin Clark is playing on a 500 team right now and has not won a championship and didn't even get through a playoff round last year. So to be considered if you believe in the franchise, face of the league stuff, you got to win a title and be in people's living rooms at the end of a season on television before you can do that. That's what I think. And if you want to say that it's just a person, a moneymaker, like Jeremy, a novelty act like Jeremy Lin was for the Knicks years ago, and everybody wanted to see that. Sure. Yeah, that's good for a while, but at some point you got to back it up with a championship.
Correct.
But here's the other side of that coin. Remember last year, Caitlin's rookie year. How many teams, when Caitlin came to visit, how many teams had to move their game from the smaller venue to the bigger to the bigger NBA venue because of the Caitlin factor? And this is where, Ed, to your point, this is where the WNBA capitalized. The WNBA season basically happens like a month after the women's college basketball season ends. You play college basketball into March or April, Final Four, draft, maybe a couple of weeks off, and boom, away you go. They took, to your point, Ed, they took that marketing engine, which was already created by the NCAA and Nike, or whoever her sponsor
was. It was right there in front of them. They had a major national push, and they could make money off it.
And they just took the train and pushed it and gave it a second locomotive. That's all they did.
Right. And the fact that Mike's point is well taken too, and I've mentioned this as well. She is the face of the WNBA right now. Will she be next year? Maybe not. Maybe there's somebody else. Maybe another player comes up. But for what the WNBA needs right now, they're jumping on that bandwagon because at the end of the day, it's not about great basketball. It's about money. And that's why it's interesting that Caitlin Clark comes out. She becomes the face of the WNBA. More people are going to games. The ratings are up. And they have 3 more franchises that are announced as expansion. It all works in order.
Wow, and they're flying, and they're not flying charter anymore too, which she's indirectly or directly responsible for, which is huge.
Yeah.
So that's I'm sure they are flying charter now. They're not flying commercial, which is just crazy. I also think real quick that that I don't know, face of the franchise, like when a player of that stature, magnitude, somebody that just people like to watch, enters a league, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Caitlin Clark, you become an it player for a while, like the person who you want to pay to go see. and she is clearly a person that people want to pay to go see.
Yep.
And the only thing I would argue is that the WNBA has not been as proactive as they could about it all, because they've let some of their players beat the crap out of her. They've also, I think, they had to have a say in her possibly being part of the Olympic team last year, and they were all against that. They wanted to play it. They almost
Why?
wanted it both ways. They wanted their cake and eat it too. They wanted
Why do you think they
Caitlin's
did that,
money
Mike?
that she brought in, but they don't want to show disrespect to the players' union, who's pissed off that Caitlin's got all this attention and their players haven't.
And I really believe that part of the reason she was kept off the Olympic team was because they were hedging their bets on the money that they were going to make in the regular season of the WNBA. Don't take any chances. Don't get her hurt. The Olympics are nice. Let's play nice with our main players and keep them happy. But Caitlin, let's keep her in reserve so we can make a buck in the season.
Right.
But didn't they wait? Wasn't there a WNBA Olympic break?
No. Hang on. So ready, Mike? This is what you're referring to. There was actually the WNBA All-Star Game, which happened before the Olympics. Was the
Right.
WNBA non-Olympic All-Stars versus the Olympic team, and the WNBA non-Olympic All-Stars beat the Olympic team with Caitlin, Angel playing together,
Yep.
and a couple of others. They beat the Olympic squad.
That's
And
right.
that's when everyone went, uh-oh.
And what you do is you take that, the dirty, rotten, underhanded marketing PR people, take that and go, wait a minute, we can't take a chance on her getting hurt. We got to make sure that she's here because this WNBA season is going to be huge. And look at all the tickets we can sell and the money we can make. In the end, that's what it's all about. It's not about great basketball, kids. It's about how much money you make.
That's all, folks.